Hey guys, and welcome to a new video. Today I just want to talk to you guys about nostalgia, and it's something I've been thinking about like a lot recently, and it's definitely something that I find, kind of worthwhile to talk about, while some other people don't, really care too much about it. So recently I've decided to go through a bunch of old music that I used to listen to. Not like really old music, but music I used to listen to like around 2 years ago or further back, or something like that. And every single time I listen to an old song, all of the memories of that kind of time period come flooding back to me, and it reminds me of how my life was then and how my life is now. And it's a massive difference that I actually see in myself, and some of it's good and some of it's bad, but you know what, that's just kind of life, really. You can't really do much about that. But yeah, like going back a few years ago, I had to worry about my GCSEs, and thinking about all the lessons I used to be in every day with my friends and stuff really makes me sort of miss those times a bit. It's not something I would go back and do because the actual subjects I didn't like, but it was kind of like the memory of those times making it look much better than it probably was. But it's still something that I like thinking about, and I like remembering stuff from that time. And I also like thinking about memories of when, I lived in my old house, the house I lived in for 16 years until we moved house. And I love the new house, but there aren't that many memories in it yet. I'm sure, obviously, in a few years we'll have quite a few in this house, but for now there isn't many in here. I mean, there is quite a few already, but whatever. Anyway, and yeah, I think about everything that kind of went on in the time I lived in the old house, like stuff like the friends I used to walk to school and to home and to my house with, the people I used to hang around with, and the stuff I used to get up to. And once again, thinking to the present day, that stuff is very different. And a lot of my friends have since gone to different colleges and stuff like that, so I don't actually see them or really speak to them that much at all, which sometimes is kind of upsetting, but other times I realise that they are off doing what they want and kind of finding their own way, and hopefully are going to do something awesome. And it's good to realise that they are finally doing what they want to do because they didn't like the school we went to. And sometimes just thinking about all of this old stuff can be really, really nice, and makes you think long and hard about who you were then and who you are now and how far you've come. But some of the time, at least for me anyway, I don't know about any of you guys, but I get quite sad and upset almost when thinking about this kind of stuff, but it's kind of nice at the same time. It's really weird, but I like to reflect a lot on my life and the kind of chapters of my life already, and it's good for me to see my progression in life, I guess. I've struggled a lot these past few years, and most of you know, if you've watched my other videos talking about like specific topic kind of things and trying to give advice, I've been through a lot. And I have been through a little rough patch recently, but I think I'm out of it. There has been some stuff going on as well, but you know what? I've decided I just don't care anymore. I can't be bothered with it, and it's just going to make me care about stuff I really shouldn't do. But even thinking about the YouTubers I used to watch and the kind of videos I like to watch and create fits with all of this. For example, a few years ago, I used to love watching all of the Ogscast members and stuff like that. I used to love making Minecraft videos, albeit to, no success, but it was something I enjoyed doing. Nowadays I watch some other TF2 YouTubers, a lot of CSGO YouTubers, and also a lot of vlogging channels. That was never something I was actually interested in a few years ago, but now that I love watching that kind of content, it's because my interests have changed. It's really, really cool to think that if I didn't Google something one day, then I wouldn't have found like watching Roman Atwood or something. I don't really know, but I think constantly about this kind of stuff, and even the content I create is different to how it used to be. I wasn't interested in TF2 or CSGO quite a few years ago, and now that I do enjoy playing them all the time, I enjoy making content, and I'm constantly thinking about what content to make. And obviously I make TF2 content regularly. I play CSGO a lot and sometimes make videos out of it. And I want to try vlogging at some point because, you know, it's kind of what I enjoy watching and kind of something I'd like to get into. But my life is kind of boring, so there isn't really a point me doing it. But it's all the stuff I like watching now. And in a few years' time, I might look back at my old videos and think how much fun I had making each one, how dumb some of them were, and how bad others were. And maybe even I might not even be playing CSGO, or I might not even be playing TF2 in a few years. I don't know what's going to happen in the future. And I am actually really excited to see what will happen and where I'll be in a few years. And then I can reflect back to this time right now and kind of compare myself to now and however many years in the future. And I don't really know what else to say in this video other than the fact that it is good to look back on your life because you'll relive all of the old memories, and it can really spark something in your brain which makes you want to do better and be better. At least that's what I'm trying to do, and at least that's what nostalgia kind of does for me. Obviously, there's the whole thing about video games that I kind of mentioned, where some people have their own childhood video games that I used to play every day, and obviously I have quite a few of them as well, except I don't really remember too much about like my really early childhood, so I'm not too sure kind of what I got up to. But either way, it's weird to see how far games have progressed as well and stuff like that. And like I even sometimes see changes in my friends. It's a little bit weird, but I notice when somebody has changed their attitude about something, because that's just the kind of stuff I do notice, and it's a little bit weird, and I don't think everybody does this. I might be wrong. Maybe everybody does this. I don't know. But it's something I notice a lot because I've been noticing a lot in myself as well. And it's really weird, but it's kind of interesting at the same time to kind of see where I was then and where I was or where I am now. And maybe even looking back at some old messages from me and a few friends and seeing what kind of place we were in then and what kind of place we're in now. It's really cool, and it's really, you know, some of it's quite good and quite positive, and then other bits are like not so. But either way, it's quite cool to see what direction kind of people are going in. I don't really know. The end of this video has kind of got a bit weird. But anyway, what I'm going to be trying to do, or what I am trying to do, is not let things annoy me that much that I like really pointless and petty, and not really care too much about what other people have to say. And I'm going to try and constantly be better than I am now. And that's kind of what I want to take away from making this video. I don't really know if there was a point to me actually making this video, but it's something I wanted to talk about, and it's something that is kind of close to me, I guess, because I deal with it a lot. I know everybody deals with it, but I think very hardly about this kind of stuff. And that's basically it. Anyway, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all tomorrow for another video. Goodbye.